Harper and Harper Audio present Lincoln's Lady Spymaster, the untold story of the abolitionist Southern belle who helped win the Civil War, by Gerri Willis. Read by Nan McNamara. For my husband, David, with love. I have never studied the art of paying compliments to women, but I must say that if all that has been said by orators and poets since the creation of the world in praise of women were applied to the women of America, it would not do them justice for their conduct during this war. I will close by saying, God bless the women of America. Abraham Lincoln, Remarks at the Sanitary Fair in Washington, D.C., March 18, 1864. Introduction. This book began in the strange and unsettling days of the COVID pandemic. It's difficult in hindsight to remember just how unnerving those years were. Many of the young women I worked with were terrified. For me, lockdowns meant more time with family and less time spent commuting. For young women, the pandemic felt like a death sentence. Their social lives abruptly ended. They were isolated. One young woman I knew started having panic attacks. I wanted to introduce them to women who had beaten back challenges and defied the odds. American history is full of women like that. It was during those years I discovered Elizabeth Van Lew, a Richmond belle who spied for the Union during the Civil War. I had never considered writing about the Civil War, though I had read many brilliantly researched histories about the conflict. But as I read more about Van Lew and the war, I was drawn to the metamorphosis of women during the period. American women, both black and white, fought in the Civil War in ways I never dreamed possible. In the antebellum era, the United States mimicked the customs and habits of Victorian England. Women ran the household. Men dominated the public sphere. Roles were specific and enforced. Hard to imagine now, but in those years, American women could be arrested or fined for simply wearing pants on the street. The war would begin to change all of that. As men left home for the battlefield between 1861 and 1865, some women took over the jobs they left behind, working in factories, managing farms, businesses, and, in the South, slaves. In time, they would become essential to the war's prosecution. Men may have dominated the nursing profession during the antebellum years, but during the war, women took those jobs, first in hospitals and later on the battlefield, wielding the remedies their grandmothers had taught them. When the federal government set up the U.S. Sanitary Commission to collect charitable donations for the care of Union soldiers, an army of women raised more than $400 million. Phoebe Pemper served as a matron at the nation's largest military medical center at the time, Richmond's Chimborazo Hospital. It treated 75,000 patients over the course of the war. Women physicians were rare, but Dr. Mary Edwards Walker was a surgeon who treated soldiers on the front lines. On the battlefield, women took many roles. Harriet Tubman is known for her work freeing slaves as a conductor on the Underground Railroad, but she also led the Combahee River Raid on South Carolina coastal plantations in 1863, a military expedition for the Union that resulted in freedom for 700 slaves. In fact, hundreds of women served on the battlefield as soldiers, wearing uniforms and passing as men. Some were patriots. Others couldn't bear to be separated from their husbands, brothers, and fathers. Detection was rare because many male soldiers were young with high-pitched voices and a lack of facial hair. When one woman soldier was asked why she fought dressed as a man, she responded, "Nobody told us we couldn't." There were no gang showers or entry physicals that would have exposed their secret. Plus, nobody expected to see women wearing pants, especially the pants of a soldier's uniform. The newfound freedoms for women were tailor-made for Elizabeth.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?